just didn't play. And I have just seen video after video after video about how good War Within was. And this week, there was nothing urgently wrong with the house. There are still projects. And while our vehicles are not all in perfect shape, they are all capable of going to a place and coming home. So I was like, I'm going to take that as a sign that we are crushing life and I've got time. And so, yeah, I hopped into War Within yesterday, and I just did like the initial city and like out into the first zone. I'm already level 72 because I'm just kind of like exploring along the way, messing with some professions. Did my first delve. And like I enjoyed BFA on launch and was not happy with the direction it went after. I enjoyed Shadowlands on launch and was not happy with the direction it went after. I enjoyed Dragonflight on launch and was actually pretty okay with the generalized direction. Some of the execution was lacking, but like I was generally okay with kind of what their goals and aims were. And so it feels like they've been getting better. And so like, I'm enjoying the initial part, which doesn't shock me. But the reason I'm here is because I'm hearing that like what comes after this is really positive. And at least for gamers like me, I don't know if the very top end 1% players are happy, but the generalized like,
are they
hey,
ever
if there's
though?
fun, there's fun. There's just all these little things they did like war bands and stuff that are just getting out of their own way. Some of the voice acting I find really struggles so far, but I'm enjoying the story thus far. They had some really clever storytelling devices, like mechanically speaking. Like there's these options where like when you start before a quest, it goes like, do you want to know everything you need to know before this quest starts? And there's just like an optional button. It was not required. It ended up a little more required than they initially presented it. It sounded like it was going to be totally optional, and then it wasn't. Which I enjoyed the story, but I was distinctly aware of like, that must really suck to be a story skipper. This is totally optional. They just have little buttons, little bubbles over them, and you can click on them. And if you want to, they'll just expound on the world even more. You can ask different NPCs who they are and why they're here. And so it just kind of like lets you meander. Like it feels, for the first time in a long time, I feel like WoW is encouraging me to play less efficient. And it has always been the MMO that has almost ruined other games for me because it pushed me into being this player that said, if we're not working towards an objective, we're failing.